Good morning, firsties. Happy Wednesday, April 1st. You have 6 tasks today, and then just like I recommended to kinders, if you have a chance, I wholeheartedly recommend doing the extra nature studies as we start to learn about our first biome. All right, let's jump in. Your handwriting today, you need to put your name neatly at the top. Remember that I've left you large spaces so that you get in the habit of putting spaces between your words. They don't need to be this big in the future, but just to make sure we're getting that, we're leaving them large today. Here are your sentences. It says, it is April Fool's Day. Maybe your parents have filled you in on what this is. It's a day you kind of play tricks on each other. Okay, I started to look up where it came from, and it said this silly tradition we're not sure, may have started when they changed the Julian calendar in 1582. So here's a little backstory. I think you will hopefully remember we talked about how long it takes the Earth to go around the sun, and we have that extra quarter day, and that's why this year we had what's called a leap year, where we add one day to February. So February gets an extra day every 4 years. There used to be an old Julian calendar. Okay, we're on the Gregorian calendar now. But in the Julian calendar, they had calculated the leap days wrong. So that what ended up happening is their years were being too long, so they were ahead of where they needed to be. So they would think that it's May when really it's only April. Okay, so what happened is there was a papal bull decreed by the Pope, and he said, we're going to change this so that it's correct, so that it matches what's actually happening in the earth. So this is a good time when our faith and science come together, which happens a lot, you'll find out. So he says we're going to skip days, and some places took a while to skip those days, but what would happen is one morning you'd wake up and it would be March 21st, and the next morning you wake up and it would be April 1st. They skipped 4 of those days. So what happened is they did this, and they think that when they skipped some days, it became April and people didn't know it, so they still thought it was March, and they called it April Fool's Day because people weren't paying attention to how time was changing. So that may have been the beginning of April Fool's Day. All right, so you can beautifully write these sentences. Make sure you have periods and nice capitals for me. You'll notice April Fool's Day is all capital. It's a proper noun. It's something special, as Julian calendar is. Okay, beautiful handwriting right underneath those words. That's your first job. Your second job is to take those spelling words, okay, and practice them 3 times, either on paper or with 3 people in your house. Okay, remember you have long, saw, jump, and what's the 5th one? Made, magic E word. And then you have your OO words, zoo, goose, balloon, and cartoon. 3 times each, please. Now remember, we're working on that OO sound. Yesterday, I had you do a quick sort. Today, we're going to do a slightly longer one. So OO makes 2 sounds, the OO like moon, or like a book. Today, you have this boot from the story Puss in Boots. And normally, I'd read that story, but it's kind of hard to do a whole story on here. Okay, so you have this boot, and you have a list of words. You need to cut out these words, and then you are going to glue some of them on the boot if they say ooh, and if they don't say ooh, you glue them around the boot. So you will need your scissors and glue stick for this. So you would come over here and you'd cut out this word, moon. Moon says ooh, so he would get glued somewhere on the boot. Okay, then let's go to the next one. Boots. Boots. Cut it out, glue it on the boot. Let's look at the next one. Remember I said always use that ooh sound first and then switch to if you need to. Foot. Try the other sound. Foot. That one you're going to cut out and then glue somewhere around the boot. And then have your parents double check you just to make sure all of the ooh words go in the boot. Okay, that's your 3rd job. Your 4th job is reading. I hope that you're crushing it. I'm including something for your parents. Well, they should already have it where if you need to be reading more books at your level, you'll have a way to do that. Okay? 5th job, we have some math to do today. Your math page. Draw a 6-centimeter line. That's a pretty short guy. You're going to need to write your name small. Date is 4, we're in the 4th month now, -1, -20. It's the first day of April. Then the day of the week is Wednesday. Remember, capital W-E-D-N-E-S D-A-Y, Wednesday. Okay? Write the number 111. This one's fun because it's just 111. And then you need to circle the digit that says the ones house. The ones house. So not hundreds, not tens, but ones. Here is your story today. While she was away, Shannon wrote 4 letters to her parents, 4 letters to her Aunt Debbie, and 2 letters to her brother Billy. So this is a 3 added problem. We have 3 things to add up, okay? Draw a picture and write a sentence. So 4 and 4 and 2. Draw them, write your equation, write your total number. Now you have a graph. Remember, a graph is a picture showing us the relationship between numbers. So let's look at this one. The children in Mrs. Matthews' class made this graph about their favorite ice cream. And you can see here's the vanilla and here's the chocolate. You need to write one thing you know about them. So you could say there are, and you could count how many ice creams. And let's just pretend there's 12. There are 12 children in the class. You could say that. You could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's 12 vanillas. You could say 12 children like vanilla, or more children like vanilla than chocolate, or fewer children like chocolate, or there are 2 more children who like vanilla than chocolate. Any one of those. Write one true sentence about this class from looking at the graph. Okay? Now this one gets a little tricky. You have 8 circles here. It says to color 5 red and 3 blue. So 5 of these be red, 3 of them need to be blue. And then here's what you do. You're telling how many are red. So watch this. We know we colored 5 red. The 5 goes first. And it says 5 out of how many altogether are red. So then you count here and it's 8. So it should say 5 out of 8 are red. Okay? Here are your answers. Plus 10s and minus 10s. Remember our chants? So this one, if I'm at 62 minus 10, I can just think of taking 1 away from the tens house. What's 6? If I have 6 tens and I take 1 away, now I have 5. So 62 minus 10 is 52. Okay? So it's minus plus minus. Pay attention to those signs. Then on the back, you are doing subtraction again. Okay? You might see some that are next to each other, like 8 minus 7. That should be easy peasy. If they're 1 away, the answer is 1. Okay, if you see your 10 facts, we need to be memorizing those. If I know that to make 10, it's 6 plus 4, then 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay, and then there was minus 0 is easy. Okay, and then your minus 2s, which some of you are still counting, but we should start to memorize. That's your math page. Then you are going to get out those eggs that you made yesterday. And I hope you got them all decorated beautifully. I'm sorry that we can't use the eggs in my bucket, but we'll make do with what we got. So you will need a white piece of paper. You're going to fold it in eighths. So fold it in quarters, just like normal. Okay, here we go. And then you're going to fold it one more time. And now you have 8 rectangles in which you can do your addition problems. So it should look like this. You want to leave it landscape so we can vertically add numbers together. So you're going to put your eggs on the table. So here are all my lovely eggs, decorated like Easter eggs. Okay? You put them upside down on the table and pick 2. Try not to peek. So my first one is 75, and my second one is 94. I can tell this will be a large number today. So I'm going to neatly stack up 75 and 94. Now, if you need to, you can color your 10s and 1s. Remember how we did that? Here they are nicely. Remember, it's really important that you stack them on top of each other neatly so you can tell what's what. Otherwise, you might end up adding up the wrong thing. So I'm going to color mine fast so you can remember that that's an option if you need it. Okay, and then we always start adding in the 1s or the 10s. The 1s. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to look at my 1s. I know that 5 plus 4 is 9. And then I'm going over here to my 9 plus 7. And remember, you can think of taking 1 from him to make him a 10. And then 10 plus 6 is 16. When I write that 16, I get an answer of 169. All right, so you're going to do that. Then you'd go back to your eggs, mix all of them up again, and pick 2 new ones. So you're going to add up 8 times to figure out the answer. If you are crushing it, you can go ahead and do 8 more on the back, okay? But you only need to do 8 on the front with your eggs, and then save those eggs for tomorrow because you will need them again. Okay, I think that is it. Let's do a quick recheck. Job 1 is your handwriting page about April Fool's Day. Job 2, practice those spelling words. Job 3 is your ooh sort. Remember, ooh goes in the boot. O saying ooh in the boot. O saying outside the boot. 4th job is reading. Your 5th job is your math page, and your 6th job is adding up Easter eggs. All right, that is it for today. Have a lovely Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. God bless you. Goodbye.